I tend to only go to places that are accessible. Recently come across places which aren't, which are a bit difficult for me. I'm quite flattered really, because the Creature Comforts character, being me, is a bit flattering, I think.
Well, I think when I first saw it and seen now, I think it's terrific. I think they've got me to a T. No, it's very good.
Quite appropriate.
What are your reactions to it?
I quite like it, yes, I really do. I like the idea of the wheels on the back. Anybody think I've got arthritis on my back wheels, on my legs?
It's lovely, I think. It's, yes. I like hedgehogs.
I don't know whether it looks like me or not. Might be an improvement. Might be an improvement.
Yeah, that's okay. I like the helmet. Yeah, that's my my hand cycling helmet. Yeah, because I may have forgotten to mention I go hand cycling every week as well.
I'm Brian Dutton. I'm the Director General, the Chief Executive of Leonard Cheshire, now Leonard Cheshire Disability.
Leonard Cheshire were a very passionate client and really seemed to believe in what they were doing, and that was quite infectious, that, and it's kind of really nice to be able to sort of help them do what they need to do.
Why are we rebranding? Well, we're one of the largest charities in the UK. We are the largest disability charity, but we're also one of the least known. So we need to get the name Leonard Cheshire out there, and we need people to understand what we do.
That many people, oh, you're in a wheelchair, you're rubbish, you can't do anything. A lot of it is ignorance. I think it's a very good idea. I mean, people have forgotten what Leonard Cheshire was, what he represents.
I think we talk about diversity, and it tends to be talked about in terms of one minority group or another. Leonard Cheshire himself was way ahead on this, and he was talking about the rights of every individual.
He was leading the way with charities and what he did. I mean, he was a leading light. And why he's got forgotten as such, I don't understand it.
He was talking about the rights of every individual volunteer, service user, staff, resident, donor, the rights of every individual. He believed in that, as do I, and as do people in Leonard Cheshire. And I think that's where we're really coming from. But we include within that the rights of disabled people. I think that's the way the world's going, actually. I think the margins between different minority groups are becoming blurred, and they should become part of the majority eventually.
I think it's true to say, but I think when people see a charity ad and they see a disabled person, and one of the problems is a lot of people just automatically switch off. And so how do we get around that? How do we grab their attention? And the album was a really good vehicle to sort of entice them in.
Our agents and us had seen the work that Aardman had done in this field, not so much in terms of a campaign, but in terms of reflecting society to themselves, which is what I think they do. And so I was delighted that when we approached Aardman, who I think are fairly obviously the leaders, the name in this field, they became excited by it as well.
Straight away we were like, wow, we've got to do this. You felt absolutely compelled because it felt like a real challenge. I mean, the challenge is to produce something that is entertaining, isn't patronising, but at the same time formative. And that's really tricky.
I think this is one of those instances where Aardman have done this so brilliantly in the past that we would not really tell them how to do it. We just completely handed the project over.
To achieve Creature Comfort style work, we had to have like a blank canvas to start with. We had to go out and find this material, these words from these real voices, and it had to happen organically. And the agency let us do that. and that is so rare.
Creature Discomforts was so widely adored and kind of revered by the public that it felt like all the other routes kind of paled into insignificance.
And you know, I'd never seen that programme because I'm not much of a television watcher, you see. And certainly I've never watched daytime television. So this was something completely new to me. But I watched the videos they left with me, and it's amusing, isn't it? People have assumed that wheels mean nothing up here in the brain, you know.